This was the very first live-action Justice League, predating the DCEU, the Snyder Cut, Smallville, and Arrowverse. This was a pilot to a never-existing TV show turning into a TV movie, called Justice League of America, with it having aired overseas in 1997, but wouldn't air in Canada or America until 2001. All these live-action versions of Justice League had different members. The Smallville one consisted of Superman, Green Arrow, Black Canary, Aquaman, Stargirl, Supergirl, Martian Manhunter, Impulse, Chloe Sullivan, Cyborg, Tess Mercer, Hawkman, and Zatanna, with this being the only live-action version to include Black Canary, Zatanna, Stargirl, Chloe Sullivan, Tess Mercer, Hawkman, and Impulse. The DCEU consists of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, and Cyborg. The Snyder Cut is the same as the DCEU, plus Martian Manhunter. And the Arrowverse is The Flash, Black Lightning, Batwoman, the Second Batwoman, White Canary, Supergirl, Superman, and Martian Manhunter. This being the both only time Batwoman, White Canary, and Black Lightning appear on the live-action version of the Justice League. However, White Canary's sister, Black Canary, was on the Smallville team. So who's on the 1997 team? The Flash, who's one of the most recurring members, only being left out from Smallville's team, being replaced by Impulse, Martian Manhunter, who's tied to Flash and second to the most reappearing live-action Justice League member. The others are Guy Gardner, Ice, Fire, and the Atom. Personally, I appreciate that they include these characters, as I'm a big fan of Fire, Ice, Guy Gardner, and the Atom, and they typically get forgotten a lot of times, so I'm happy to see them here, even if it's not exactly the best versions of them. This TV movie, or failed pilot episode, is about Ice recovering her powers and being recruited into the League. The villain of the movie is Weather Wizard, but strangely renamed Weather Man for unknown reasons. He's spreading chaos across the city by making a storm in it. While I can forgive a lot of bad CGI from the 90s, what I don't understand is, why is Green Lantern's costume blue? Did green cost too much? Then just don't use Green Lantern. Why is he blue? And why does he look like Kyle Rayner, act like Hal Jordan, but his name Guy Gardner? I'm just so confused. Why is he blue? Was that a mistake? Was it a camera trick where perhaps on camera it looked blue, but in real life it was green? Just why? Why was it blue? I have so many questions, but why was it blue? Martian Manhunter also looks really bad. Like, really bad. Like, not 90s level of bad, but 60s level of bad. I've seen 90s TV shows. I know that 90s can, of course, be looking really bad, but not this bad. And I think themselves even knew how bad it was, seeing the fact that they purposely left him out of almost everything. He was not included in any of the fights, or recruitment, or even the outro. The only scenes he really had was the one where he was welcoming Ice into the Justice League. Other than that, Martian Manhunter was really not even present in this movie at all. And while Flash and Atom's costumes aren't exactly as bad as Martian Manhunter and Green Lanterns, I think Fire and Ice probably have the better costumes of the entire group, due to the fact that their costumes are very simple, so you don't really have to add too much, and I don't think they look all too bad. Especially for a 90s show. I think for a 90s show they'd look okay. But their powers, on the other hand, are pretty bad still. The CGI for Ice's powers and Fire's powers are extremely bad. Just like everybody else's. But like I said, I can forgive bad CGI as it is from the 90s, and I think the CGI, while it doesn't hold up today, it is appropriate for the 90s, so it's not really that too bad considering the fact that Martian Manhunter looks like he's an alien from a 60s show. I thought for a 90s show, this could have possibly been not necessarily a good show, but perhaps an iconic one, similar to that of the 50s Superman, 60s Batman, and 70s Wonder Woman. This could have been as known as the 90s Justice League. Also, I'm not saying any of those shows are bad, because in all fairness, I did like all three of them, even if a lot of people think they're corny. I saw this for a pilot episode. Perhaps it could have been like this whole iconic 90s Justice League show. But in all honesty, I think the show doesn't really come across as 90s. It comes across as just bad. So perhaps it wouldn't be as iconic. And that's it. Like always, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.